Hello. Oh, this is a very, very interesting conversation. So let me go straight into it. So I normally side with Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, MTR. He has a great commentary and a point of view that brings clarity to a lot of subjects. But with this subject on the self-proclaimed cheating and promiscuous woman, I would have to disagree. I don't agree with the lady herself, but I would also disagree with MTR. MTR has a very clear point of view on relationship and marriage. You know, MTR praises Kevin Samuels, for example, because of how he deals with these arguments with women on the same topic. And there's a clear reason why KS has a way with words in dealing with the subject on cheating and promiscuity in relationships. Kevin Samuels wins by dangling marriage in front of women. But in the space called manosphere, red pill guys like MTR are completely against the idea of marriage for themselves. They don't consider it necessary. That's where we lose, you see. So if MTR doesn't offer women anything in return for the access to their intimacy, their body, their time, him as an eligible bachelor age 35 right now, dating women with no future commitments, specifically for marriage, then the principle he holds on dating women and keeping up with standards, shaming promiscuity is off the table. Because at the end of the day, the dating scene for unmarried bachelors was not made without these detachments. If you can do what you want to do with no commitments, then, what is it to speak on what women do themselves? Women want commitment. And this area of YouTube has proved to us that the majority of women that deny wanting marriage still actually want marriage. They just fear these features. This modern society feeds the idea that it's negative. Again, with MTR, he personally emphasizes on committing in marriage, then the argument will not be made up of struggle Olympics, like what we saw in this video, in this reaction, on who's right or who's respecting their body. So this IG model in question, Miss Grenaway, would throw those questions back at him, like, do you respect yourself? Why aren't you married? Or planning on getting married. So a lot of these MGTOW guys are stuck in a fight with their red pill lingo versus the logic of a promiscuous, cheating woman who isn't ready for marriage. She said might not want to marry, but again still says she's open to marriage. That should tell you that, let's end it with this, right? Full-blown red pill guys who don't place value in marriage. The one thing women place emphasis on, which is marriage. Essentially what people call purple pill. Men that have red pill ideas but still value marriage and commitment. But if you have MGTOW guys that do not place themselves in these arguments on what women should do to respect, to not cheat, to not sleep around, when you're not offering an alternative for them, you're not utilizing the wager on marriage. You shouldn't really confront these women that you don't even want to commit to. I mean, it's perfectly fine if you don't want commitment, but you placing yourself in this argument makes it like a tango, like you're not going to win. But then someone like Kevin places emphasis on marriage. That's why he has a ton of confused women calling him in droves, to attack him, yeah, but for him to dissect their logic, a very flawed logic that is only getting fueled by the modern way of living and, even to a certain extent, the MGTOW movement. Because the truth is, society already told women to go their own way, to postpone commitments, to be intimate with whoever, to date or marry whoever, regardless of long-term repercussions, to just pick anyone, to not be realistic about their standards. But most women, if I say 80 to 90% of women, want the same thing. They want to marry well. They want a legal commitment to a spouse, a man, to have a family. But if you have the argument with them and you don't even offer that, then they don't have anything to do with you. You're not going to win the argument. You're not going to shut them up because you're just mirroring them. You don't want commitment and they want to open themselves to anyone. To a certain extent, I'm sorry, bro, you're in the same table with them. But there's a purple pill agenda. It seems like Kevin is making it even popular on the sphere. No longer should we deal with this gender war if men start to place a wager on what women want. If women want marriage, if women want commitment, then a lot of these MGTOW guys would have to say that if a woman isn't promiscuous, then sure, I'll marry her. If she's feminine and all that requirements, then I will marry her. But if you do not offer that, then you won't win the argument. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. And there's clarity in that. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear some more opinions on what, I just placed an input on. And yes, we'll see you next time.